House of the Dragon Season 2 concluded with a powerful and enigmatic dream sequence for Daemon Targaryen. Guided by Alice Rivers to the ancient weirwood tree at Harrenhal, Daemon experienced a vision filled with both familiar and mysterious elements. The dream offered a chilling preview of the White Walkers' invasion, mirroring the epic battle against the undead in Game of Thrones. It also introduced a tantalizing image of a young woman surrounded by hatching dragon eggs, strikingly similar to Daenerys Targaryen's iconic birth scene. While this vision sparked speculation about Daenerys' role in the larger prophecy and her connection to Daemon, showrunner Ryan Condal has clarified that the dream doesn't definitively alter the course of events laid out in Game of Thrones. Nevertheless, the dream serves as a powerful storytelling device, offering clues about future conflicts and potentially hinting at the destinies of key characters. It also provides a deeper understanding of Daemon's character, suggesting a shift in his perspective and a growing awareness of a larger cosmic battle. Showrunner Ryan Condal has clarified the intent behind Daemon Targaryen's pivotal dream sequence in the House of the Dragon Season 2 finale. Rather than providing concrete answers to the prophecy of the prince that was promised, the dream serves as a visionary glimpse into a potential future. Condal emphasized that Daemon is unaware of the identity of the woman depicted in the vision, suggesting it could represent any future Targaryen woman, including his own potential daughter with Rhaenyra. The dream's purpose lies in its impact on Daemon's perspective, potentially influencing his support for Rhaenyra's claim to the throne. The showrunners have explicitly stated that House of the Dragon is not attempting to definitively interpret the prophecy. They respect George R.R. Martin's authority over this narrative element and are focused on exploring the character dynamics and dramatic potential within the framework of the vision. Who is Azor Ahai, and what exactly is the prince that was promised? The identity of the prince that was promised remains one of the most intriguing mysteries in the worlds of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. While the shows and books have offered tantalizing clues, a definitive answer has yet to be revealed. According to the prophecy, a legendary hero known as Azor Ahai will be reborn after a prolonged period of peace. This savior is destined to rise amidst smoke and salt, wielding a flaming sword called Lightbringer, to defend the world against a great darkness, the others. Melisandre, a priestess of R'hllor, is convinced that Stannis Baratheon is the reincarnation of Azor Ahai. However, this belief is widely contested. Interestingly, Dragonstone, a volcanic island with a coastal location, fits the prophecy's description of the hero's birthplace quite well. This geographical detail has fueled speculation about Dragonstone's connection to the prophecy. Now, let's delve into some of the potential candidates for the prince that was promised and delve into some of the most prominent theories surrounding this prophecy. Rhaegar Targaryen, a central figure in the series, was initially considered a potential candidate for the prince that was promised. Born amidst the tragic events of Summerhall, surrounded by smoke and tears, he seemed to fulfill the prophecy's criteria of birth amidst smoke and salt. This interpretation was shared by Rhaegar himself and his advisor, Maester Aemon. However, a prophecy from a woods which suggested that the prince would be born from the line of Aerys II and Rhaella Targaryen. As their eldest child, Rhaegar initially fit this description. Nevertheless, the tragic events leading to Rhaegar's death ultimately cast doubt on his role as the prophesied hero, suggesting that the prince that was promised might be someone else. Next is Stannis Baratheon. Melisandre, a fervent follower of R'hllor, strongly believes that Stannis Baratheon is the reincarnation of the prophesied hero, Azor Ahai. Her conviction stems from a ritual where Stannis reforged his sword through a burning statue, a symbolic rebirth mirroring the legend of Lightbringer. Dragonstone, Stannis' domain, with its volcanic nature and coastal location, aligns with the prophecy's requirement of smoke and salt. Furthermore, Stannis possesses Targaryen blood through his grandmother, making him a descendant of the dragon lineage. However, he was not directly born from the line of Aerys II and Rhaella Targaryen, as stipulated in another prophecy. Despite Melisandre's conviction, Maester Aemon casts doubt on Stannis' claim to the title of Azor Ahai, pointing out that his sword, while enchanted, lacks the warmth associated with the legendary blade. While the television series concludes Stannis Baratheon's story with a defeat and tragic demise, his fate remains uncertain in the books. In the A Song of Ice and Fire series, Stannis is actively engaged in a pivotal battle against House Bolton for control of Winterfell. The harsh winter conditions and limited resources pose significant challenges for Stannis and his army. Despite these adversities, he persists in his pursuit to reclaim the North. The books have not yet revealed the outcome of this crucial battle, leaving Stannis' future open to speculation. As a result, His potential role as the prophesied Azor Ahai cannot be definitively confirmed or denied at this point. Victarion Greyjoy. The possibility of Victarion Greyjoy being the prophesied Azor Ahai has sparked interest among fans and theorists. Several elements of his story appear to align with the prophecy. Victarion's mortal wound is healed through a ritual performed by the Red Priest Makoro, involving elements of salt and smoke. This healing process can be seen as a form of rebirth. Makoro foresees a significant role for Victarion in the service of R'hllor, hinting at a potentially heroic destiny. Victarion's history of violence, including the brutal killing of his wife, draws parallels to the tragic sacrifice of Nissa Nissa in the Azor Ahai legend. While these elements offer intriguing possibilities, it's essential to approach this theory with caution. The true identity of Azor Ahai remains shrouded in mystery, and Victarion's role in the grand scheme of events is yet to be fully revealed. Aegon Targaryen. Prince Rhaegar Targaryen believed that his son, Aegon, was the prophesied prince that was promised. Born on Dragonstone, an island in the Narrow Sea, Aegon's birth was said to fulfill part of the prophecy. He was born amidst salt and smoke. The island's Dragonmont, a smoking volcano, further cemented this connection. On the night of Aegon's conception, a red comet was seen above King's Landing, adding to the mystical circumstances surrounding his birth. It's important to note that this Aegon is not the same as Jon Snow, who was revealed as Aegon Targaryen in the TV series. Prince Aegon Targaryen was the second child and only son of Prince Rhaegar Targaryen and Princess Elia Martell. A prophecy from a woods which foretold that the prince that was promised would come from the line of Aerys II Targaryen and Rhaella Targaryen. Aegon was their grandson, fitting the prophecy's description. Jon Snow. Now, we're down to the two strongest candidates, and I think you already know who they are. However, I believe one has a better chance than the other. In my view, Daenerys has a stronger claim to being the prince that was promised than Jon. But let's first explore Jon's potential connection to the prophecy. Jon Snow's wounds smoke while Bowen Marsh's tears provide the prophesied salt, and Ser Paetrek's star-laden, bloodied heraldry hovers in the air above. When Melisandre searches her fires for Azor Ahai, she sees only visions related to Jon or Snow. She initially thinks this might signify ash, but suspects a deeper connection to Jon. Jon also dreams of fighting the others with a burning red sword in his hand. If the blood of the dragon is a requirement, Jon would fulfill it if his father is truly Rhaegar. This would make Jon the grandson of Aerys and Rhaella, placing him in their lineage. Jon's commitment to his duty with the Night's Watch over his love for Ygritte, which indirectly led to her death, echoes Azor Ahai's sacrifice of Nissa Nissa to forge Lightbringer. In the TV show adaptation, where the showrunners were informed by George R.R. Martin himself about Azor Ahai's identity, it is revealed in the 10th episode of Season 6 that Lyanna Stark is Jon's mother, and Jon was born under a bleeding star. Eddard Stark enters the Tower of Joy with the Bloodied Dawn, the ancestral sword of House Dane forged from a fallen star. This aligns with the prophecy that Azor Ahai, or Jon, was born when stars bleed. However, Jon's fate diverges significantly between the TV series and the books. Both versions show Jon being stabbed by his fellow Night's Watch brothers, but in the books, this occurs at the end of A Dance with Dragons, with his fate unresolved as The Winds of Winter is yet to be released. Jon's resurrection by Melisandre happens early in Season 6 of the show, while in the books, this event has not occurred, leaving his future uncertain. The TV series portrays Jon reclaiming Winterfell, becoming king in the north, and eventually killing Daenerys. These events haven't transpired in the books, where his story is still at the point of the stabbing. While the show hints at Jon's potential role as Azor Ahai, it doesn't fully explore this, whereas the books delve deeper into the prophecy, suggesting Jon's importance in the fight against the White Walkers. In the books, Jon is depicted with more internal conflict, particularly about his loyalty to the Night's Watch and his Stark heritage. The show simplifies these aspects to suit its narrative pace. These differences emphasize how Jon Snow's character and destiny have been shaped distinctly in the TV series and the books. As a result, his potential role as the prophesied Azor Ahai cannot be definitively confirmed. Daenerys Targaryen. In my view, the most compelling candidate for the prophecy is Daenerys Targaryen. After hearing rumors about Daenerys and her dragons, Maester Aemon becomes convinced that she is the prophesied leader. He confides in Samwell Tarly, saying, "No one ever looked for a girl. It was a prince that was promised, not a princess. I thought it was Rhaegar." The smoke from the fire that consumed Summerhall on the day of his birth the salt from the tears shed for those who died. Rhaegar believed it, too, but later he became convinced that the prophecy referred to his own son, Aegon, especially after a comet was seen over King's Landing on the night Aegon was conceived. Rhaegar was certain that the bleeding star must be a comet. How foolish we were to think we knew so much. The translation misled us. Dragons are neither male nor female. Barth understood this, but the truth eluded us for 1,000 years. Daenerys is the one, born amidst salt and smoke. The dragons prove it. Aemon then urges Sam to convey their findings to the maesters in Old Town and persuade them to send a maester to Daenerys. The prophecy was originally spoken in Valyrian, where the word for dragons is gender-neutral, suggesting that Azor Ahai reborn may not necessarily be a man. Daenerys was born on Dragonstone, an island surrounded by the narrow sea, amidst salt, and was reborn as the mother of dragons on Khal Drogo's burning funeral pyre, amidst smoke. It was on that pyre that her 3 petrified dragon eggs hatched, born amidst salt and smoke to wake dragons from stone. And on that same morning, the red comet appeared in the sky for the first time, when the stars bleed. Additionally, a prophecy from a woods which foretold that the prince that was promised would be born from the line of Prince Aerys and Princess Rhaella. Daenerys, as their daughter, fulfills this prophecy. Benero of Volantis even proclaims that Daenerys Targaryen is Azor Ahai reborn. Ultimately, George R.R. Martin, the creator of this world, is the only one who can definitively answer this question with the release of The Winds of Winter. While the TV show may have strayed from his vision, I trust that Martin will provide a more fitting conclusion to this epic story. Who do you think is the most likely candidate? Let me know in the comments below. Share your theories, your hopes, and your wildest speculations. Have a nice day.
Heard some of the men talking about the comet. Say it's an omen. Say it means Robb will win a great victory in the south.
Did they? Stars don't fall from men. Red comet means one thing, boy. Dragons.
The dragons are all dead. Been dead for centuries.